majesty of your psychic intellect and made you my puppet.
It's a bullseye! And here's your host, Jim Bowen!
Perhaps today is a good day to die. Prepare for running speed!
Sir, there's another starship coming in. It's the Enterprise.
Your shoulder bone connected to you. Neck bone, your neck bone connected to you. Head bone, now hear the word of the Lord. Them bones gonna walk around.
Take a base of action. Green group, skip across the holding sector and each other.
Admiral, we have enemy ships in Sector 47.
It's a trap.
.007 Triple X.
Bond, what do you think you're doing?
Keeping the British hand up, sir.
Nobody does.
Sorry if I scared you. You'll like this bit.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. You will like this bit. The great Tom Baker told you. Who are we? Who are we, mere mortals, to deny the will of Tom Baker? I do not deny that reality. I realised, Matt, because of the way the schedule's worked out, I haven't covered William Russell. It said Ian Russell was the name in my head. Right? No, I know it's not Ian Russell. William Russell. We haven't covered. We haven't done a memorial, or sort of, I don't know, a remembering. Or so we have to do that time. Man, I can't believe that it took so long. This is what I keep saying about this piece of shit season, right? Oh God, it's just all encompassing. It's like I thought I'd be able to do other stuff while it's on. No. And every week gets worse than the last, right? Everyone, as we've seen, and I found. I found the reaction to the super gay episode of Doctor Who I watched yesterday to be quite muted, quite frankly. And I think it's because there aren't that many people around anymore who give a shit. I mean, there just really aren't. I mean, R.I.P. Doctor Who. But I mean, I just don't think there are many people around anymore who the passion for it is fast leaking away, which is a big problem, right? And so, you found like basically everybody who's a kid who are like, it's the greatest thing ever. What could possibly be wrong with explicit gay tugging each other in Doctor Who? Why would anybody ever? I was like, I would like to meet somebody who's not a kid say that. I'd have a conversation. It's so bizarre, the level of gaslighting. You just don't like gay people. Why? Why do you think I don't like? I don't like seeing gay people kiss. That's true, but I'm not like mandating that for TV. I just don't. I don't know why I would have to navigate through that in an episode of Doctor Who, frankly. And like for me, it's a family show, and I would like to watch it with my kids or grandkids. No way. There is no way in a million years I would watch them again. In the same way as you had an episode, if you had an episode about a sex worker, right? These are just like fringe areas of reality that I don't want to be talking about to my 9-year-olds because, like, I think innocence is a good thing. Being a kid is a good thing, and obviously kids don't understand that because they're kids. And they're stupid, right? What can you do? So, gotta go talk about William Russell. We'll do a deep dive into the what's it called again? Into Rogue. That's the name of the piece of shit. Rogue. Yeah, we'll do a deep dive review into it. We'll look at the ratings. Not bad. The ratings, going down, but I mean, it's next week's ratings that I really think I'm going to take a hit. I really do. I'm like, what type of hit do I think? like I thought the ratings would be lower than they are this week, but for the most part, until you see, here's the thing. I think with Dot and Bubble, most people didn't get to the obnoxious racist stuff at the end, because I think most people just watched like they caught 20 minutes of it, or 10 minutes while it was on in the background. And it looked okay. It looked like a normal Doctor Who episode, so I don't think it chased people away. I think, and you know, same with 73 yards. Boom really did. Which one chased people away again? It was the opener, right? The Jinx Monsoon one. I think. Let's have a quick look. Let's see if I can find it. I just had it right in front of me. Where did it go? Oh, there you go. So I put it in my window. All the way down there. And we go there. Yeah. Okay. So the big drop off that we saw the first time. Well, we'll go this more later. This is just more like opening schmoozing, baby. Opening schmoozing. So the big drop off we initially saw was from Devil's Cord, right? And I just think in general people were like, oh, what's this new Doctor Who? It's shit. Leave me alone, right? And so you had a big drop off there. And I think Boom brought a lot of people back. They're like, oh, it looked like Doctor Who, right? Again, to understand how a Normies see it, you got to squint, and you got to look at it through squint and look at it through a distance, right? But I think that brought it back. I think was the one after that 73 yards? Did that? So no, Boom had a drop 73 yards. Brought people back again, and then they left, right? Then they left for Dot and Bubble, and it was about the same. It dropped 0.1 million, right? Which is 0.01, I should say, which I guess is 10,000. That's not bad. Not bad at all. But next week, right? Next week, I don't know. I mean, let's say there's how many people would this scare away? Let's say 20%. That's about a 400,000 loss, which will bring it down to the overnight to 1.7, which is what actually I predicted anyway. I said that you would have an overnight of like 1.5, I think, by the last one, right? But that will bring the overnight down to 1.7, and that will bring it up to about 3.2 consolidated. Or maybe less, 3.1, 3.2. I'd love to see it dip under 2. I'd love to see it do epically awfully, right? And I guess I'm saying I'd love to see Reform do very well. They seem to be, right? They seem to be doing very well, right? Aren't they didn't I just see earlier they're like significantly ahead of the Tories? Hang on, let's see if I can have a look. I'll take this off screen. They're like some new polling came out like just now. I mean, not the polling's worth anything, but here, 1 second. Let's have what will we go for? Reform poll. Let's see, because I should have bookmarked it, right? Oh boy, yeah, not looking good. Where is this one? We'll look at a bunch of them. Right, so Reform seems to have pulled ahead of Conservative. That's what I saw in a bunch of polls. Right, they are. That's interesting, the breakdown. But no, I just saw some. I love that. It pulls off Keir Starmer's head. Has all the bad people in the world. So is that Westminster Reform and Conservative are neck and neck? But no, there were some more recent ones. I mean, where was it? There was one from literally today, and it was like Reform was significantly ahead of Conservative, and people are saying that Conservatives should stand down to make room for Reform. I'll go to Lakers. Let's see if I can find it there. Where would I find it? Man, I should have grabbed it as soon as I saw it, right? But they are. They haven't really started sliding him yet because look at that. What's this one? Yeah, okay. Here's Westminster voting intention. This is an interesting one because it's Westminster. There you go. Labour at 37%, Reform at 29%, Conservative at 17%, and this is Westminster. I mean, that's pretty apocalyptic. So listen, if conservatives stand down to make way for reform, and I've seen that as well, like a vote for a vote for Rishi Sunak is a vote for a Labour, right? They're really turning on their head. Maybe I should Raj post that because his online game is very good, right? Online game I say is excellent. No, not there. Hang on, let's see if I can just find it in the regular timeline. Look, was that a new trailer for Game of Thrones? Oh, is that next week? Wait. Is House of Dragon back next week? Oh, that'll be awesome. Wait. 1 second. Hold the front page, ladies and gentlemen. House of the Dragon Season 2. That is. Oh, wow! Yes! Oh, actually, some good TV. I am psyched for that, right? I'm genuinely psyched for that. Bit of Matt Smith, right? There'll some more polls as well, but I think it's going reasonably badly, right? Reasonably bad for conservatives. Was it Paul? Oh, what's the name guy? He was. Do I follow him on? Do I follow him on YouTube? Yeah, Paul Joseph Watson, is it? He was it. Paul Joseph. I think this was the guy. Hang on. Yeah, this was, and I thought this was a very funny tweet. Share screen. So honestly, I mean, look, I've been saying, I think they are right now. Tories need to stand down to let reform win. Yes. I mean, like if Tories stand down, the reform will get 40% of the vote. I think there are one colossal Labour screw up from being in power, right? I think they're literally one step away at this moment. Who knows, right? I would really like it to happen, right? I would really genuinely like it to happen. So we have a lot to get through. Let's start going through plowing through things right now. Because again, we've got so much I have to cover. We got this to go to. We'll start this. This is. We got two things that are kind of fun. We'll start over here. I saw somebody posted this on X, and I think it's very, very accurate.
Jedi doesn't pull her weapon unless.
Oh, come on, back again. Yeah, music's all. I know. I've got. Actually, I like the prequels again. Yeah, Disney Jedi, prequel Jedi, so much better. They destroyed it, those schmucks. They're absolute schmucks. I like, how do you destroy Star Wars? It's unbloody believable, isn't it? I mean, it's crazy. What else we got? Well, we have. I'm not sure if I showed this last week. This was D-Day memorial with Joe Biden pooping himself. Hello, I'm the French President Macron. Hello, I'm just like, I want to bring children. And I'm going to poop my pants.
Distinguished guests, please welcome the Honorable...
Please welcome all the poo into Joe Biden's knickers.
Lloyd J. Austin.
And look at her. What is it? Macron's wife going, that motherfucker's just pooping himself, right? And she's like, oh my God. This is the same woman who said, oh, he's so smart. He can't wait to debate Trump. So yeah, that's one side. That's the Biden side of that. Let's see how Trump's is doing, right? I think I saw this clip. I'm like, this is why I love Trump.
People, I call him Watermelon Head. He's got the thinnest neck I've ever seen. How it holds up that head. He's got a neck that's about a size 6. Very unattractive guy, both in.
Talking about Adam Schiff, right?
He's got a neck that's about a size 6. Very unattractive guy, both inside and outside. And people say, "Oh, that's such a terrible thing to say." It's okay. Very unattractive guy. Here's a.
When did Dr. Phil become a real guy? Now he's sitting there interviewing the former and probably next president and trying not to piss himself laughing.
These are bad people. And
okay, but the big news, right? The big news which I want to convey to you. Already? Oh, we're back. We're back. Like, look, as I say Israel, it's like, oh no, can't talk about that. We are very happy in Israel right now with the rescued hostages. And I want to give you like an idea what the mood of the country was like. Like my son who was home from Gaza, he just literally just went back in today. Like he went back, he was back outside, and I think his tank rolled in earlier today. Oh, not about an hour or so, today. So yeah, so he was saying like we went out for last night pizza. People are dancing in the streets, like literally, and that's really what happened. So here's a clip from Tel Aviv Beach when it was announced that they were rescued.
אנחנו מצילי עיריית תל אביב-יפו שמחים ונרגשים לבשר לכם כי 4 חטופים חולצו בשלום ובחיים משבי החמאס בעזה. החטופים הם נוער גמלי, שלום זיו, אלמוג מאיר ואדרי קוזולוב. אנחנו יכולים גם לספר שנועה נפגשה כבר עם אביה שנזכה לבשרות טובות נוספות עם ישראל חי.
That was right. That means the Jewish people will survive, right? And it was again. It took a little bit of time for like the news to sink in because people were just like, really? Because we've had no good news for so long, right? You hear the round of applause. Yeah, so a bit over there, but then it kind of started kicking up a notch, and because like there's a lot of Jews who keep Sabbath and they're offline, but then afterwards, literally dancing in the street. I think that's the home of one of the hostages. I'm trying to think what would be the English equivalent to that, right? We'll meet again. I don't know, but it is. It's got that kind of like victory in World War II kind of feel. And there's only 4. We're still at 113 left, I think. Oh, there. Sorry. So I wonder. I have a neighbor who lives literally like a 2-minute walk away from me, who was one of the medical officers on one of the other rescued hostages. I bet he was there, right? I bet he was on scene. I'll say here. There's another one. This one button. Yeah, and there's this one over here. So again, people are feeling a bit splendy here in Israel. I don't know who really knows the lyrics. I have no idea what the song is. All right, but of course, Jews being happy, that is ashes in the mouth of all the evil people in the world, right? It is ashes in the mouth of all the evil in the world. Quite well represented by the BBC. I mean, look at this report.
Of women, of children who are among the dead. It is
children. There are reports of women and children. Of course, there are reports of women and children among the dead. The reports come from Hamas. Now, I do want to point out that the this woman who was kidnapped horrifically, right? I want to kind of find her kidnap video, which is, I mean, it's just horrifying. Noah. I'll put Noah. What's the name again? Noah something or other. Noah Agami. Right, that's it. And second. So, because like again, if you like, for me, it's like it's etched in my memory, right? But for you, I can't, you know, like I understand. It's like, oh, another Jew kidnapped, right? So it's easy to forget. Let me just grab that. Trouble is, a lot whenever I grab these videos, they always put cheesy music on it. I can't stand that. Like, you don't need to build this up. Like that's my note to these people. Let's see if we can find another one with less cheesy music on it. Oh, okay, this is good. Right. So this was a woman who was at the music festival, which they then slaughtered thousands of people. Say video as doink. There we go. One second. So before we have like, you know, this is this low life piece of shit. I'm just saying that because it's the nicest thing I can think to say about her from the BBC. Let's just see what. Look how big and brave these little fucks are, right? And ever since then, like, where's the UN? Oh, women and children. Really? Really? Good. Right, so it's amazing that she was stood in one piece, right? I mean, absolutely amazing. She was kept in a quite a well-to-do family's home, where she was kept by a Hamas operative who also happened to work for Al Jazeera as a journalist, right? Right? See, this is who you're dealing with, right? And the father was a doctor, so they're the one who say all the people who say, "Oh, this does terrible things." They all seem to be the ones who kidnap and rape whenever they fucking can, right? So, with that in mind, let's listen to this entirely impartial report from the BBC.
A high civilian death toll. Would there
high civilian death toll to get our hostages back? Really? Why do you Jews murder innocent Jew-hating terrorists? Right? Why? I don't. You Jews are the worst. Oh.
have been a warning to those civilians for them to get out on time?
Of course, we cannot anticipate Israel to be warning ahead of a raid to extract or to save hostages, because then what the terrorists would do is to kill the hostages.
I mean, how are these people so fucking stupid? They're not just fucking. They're not fucking stupid. They just hate Jews. That's all it is. Anything a Jew does must be bad.
And that would defeat the purpose. So, of course, we cannot expect that. Yes, I agree with you that we do not know for certain that all of the people who may have died today were directly related to the effort to jail and hold.
Well, we can be reasonably sure that most of them were, right? And the rest, I mean, again, I would fucking love to be able to prosecute a war like you British or you Americans do. I would love to see that.
Israeli civilians in Gaza for 8 months. There was a significant firefight. According to testimony of Israeli soldiers, there were...
Oh, must be with the children. Again, when you say there are women and children, were these children 17-year-olds and holding Kalashnikovs? Maybe per chance? Maybe. That doesn't seem to be relevant to us at the BBC, because you Jews murdered women and children. Really? And were these 17-year-olds with Kalashnikovs, were they really 42 and just said they're 7? Well, again, that's not something we should really worry about, because we've got to focus on how the Jews are bad.
RPG rockets, heavy machine gun fire.
Look, this is just stuff you have around any civilian home, okay?
Grenades being thrown, and I think we cannot rule out that at least some of the alleged Palestinian casualties were a result of a reckless Palestinian fire. They may...
not only can we not rule it out, but I think we can somewhat confirm it, right? I think we can somewhat confirm it. 1 second. I'm just looking at another part of the story. Really? He's gone from the front page already? That's terrible. Let me see if I can find it.
have been a result of Israeli fire. We don't know. But the bottom line here, what I think is the most important thing is that, again, just like we saw in Rafah about 3 months ago, Israeli civilians were held hostage by Palestinian civilians. There were Hamas armed gunmen guarding as well.
Well, of course, that's just what you claim, you Israeli Jews.
But the bottom line was that we have complicity of Palestinian civilians.
You'll say that like it's a bad thing. You know, it's their right. I mean, like, honestly, one of these news reports one day are going to be like, why do you Jews make the Palestinians go to all the trouble of killing you? Why can't you just shoot yourself? Why do you make the Palestinians buy bullets and knives to kill you? You should just buy bullets and knife yourself. Run yourselves over in your cars, and then from the river to the sea, there will be peace. I mean, obviously not between the Palestinians, because they all hate each other, right? They can't stand each other. Okay. I wanted to show quickly the fallen officer who died, who led the raid and died. Right, hero beyond hero. Right, see if I can find a picture of him. Too many bloody heroes. There's just been too many heroes. The operation got renamed after him. But you know, I think his kids would probably still rather have a father. You know, it's you know what? I'm really fucked off that you know it's not. It's been a day, and he's not even on the front bloody page anymore of was it Times of Israel. This was the room. We'll look at this one instead. Israel National News. They're slightly better than Times of Israel. Times of Israel's more journalistic, but they're so bloody left wing. Make me sick. They really do. They really do. Operation Aaron. Let's see if we get a picture of the commander. Oh, well, I can just look up his name. 1 second. Operation Arrow. Oh, no. There you go. Let me see. I'll take that off. I'll go and look at the twats. What's that? Doink. Over here. Doink. Because, honestly, I'm like, here you go. At last. You know, like this person's sacrifice should warrant 30 seconds out of my bloody life. Yeah, so he was. We are devastated. Behind every rescue mission are Israeli men and women who risk their lives. We're devastated to share that Chief Inspector Arnon Zamora, commander and tactical operator in Yemen, the National Police Counterterrorism Unit, was critically when he planned the operation and he went in first, right? And he died. And like, look, the man's a hero. The man is a hero. I have nothing but respect for him. But man, I can live without there being so many fucking heroes for once, right? I mean, again, so much respect for him, but I could just live with there being less heroes. But of course, you know, the amalgamation of evil. They're not happy, right? They're not happy because Jews are happy, right? Owen fuckface Jones. God, what a piece of filth, right? So, firstly, here's why I quit Labour. But nobody gives a shit, Owen. No one gives a shit. Listen to this. This op-ed, he goes, is Israel's lost. If Israel's lost, then why are you crying like a bitch? You know how we know Israel hasn't lost? Because the war in Lebanon's about to start, right? Why is the war in Lebanon about to start? Because we're fighting fucking Iran, right? We're fighting Iran, and these are different pawns that they have, and we basically wiped out Hamas at this point, right? They are gone, they are finished, they are dead, right? And he's like, oh no, the poor Palestinians, the poor civilians. And again, whatever they say, whatever the Hamas says, that must be the gospel truth, according to Owen fuckface Jones. All right, if you're celebrating the release of 4 Israeli hostages, well, actually, I am, little cunt face. Actually, I am. Then it's your duty. Then your duty bound to look at the human consequences of the military operation. Don't look away. I don't trust your source. You lying fuckface cunt. right? I don't trust your sources for good fucking reason. Graham Linden's there, being on the ball as always. Thank you, Graham Linden. And of course, Julia Hartler-Brewer does actually say it the best. First, we got Mendy Hassan saying, did he say, Barack Ravid saying, President Biden welcomes the rescue of 4 hostages who were held by Hamas in Gaza. We will not stop working until the hostages come home and a ceasefire is reached. Well, when I say ceasefire, they'll cease fire when they're all dead. It's essential that happens. I agree, mate. I agree. So Mendy Hassan says whoever is. Did he say anything about the dozens of innocent Palestinians? Okay, show me one. Show me one that was like raping and murdering and beheading of babies, right? Show me fucking one, okay? And then we can talk. No, innocent person killed in the way to rescue them. A way that wouldn't have been necessary if Netanyahu had agreed to the hostage release deal for all hostages, not just 4. No, it wasn't. It was for it was 3 out of the 4 wouldn't have been released. It was for women and elderly, right? That Biden claimed Netanyahu had agreed to. Well, Biden was full of shit, but what can you do? And they're claiming like, oh no, you used too much violence to get your hostages back. Oh, well, fuck you. But thankfully, we have Julia Hartler-Brewer, who is here to speak far more eloquent than me. Wow, Mendy Hassan claims that the IDF raid to rescue 4 hostages from Hamas wouldn't have been necessary if Israel agreed to the hostage release deal with Hamas. That hostage release deal included releasing thousands of Hamas terrorists. Fun fact: the hostage rescue wouldn't have been necessary if Hamas hadn't taken hostages in the first fucking place. Oh, thank you, Julia. How even unself-aware would you have to be to refer to any aspect of this as a fun fact from any side of the argument? You may need to look up sarcasm there. Oh, say, Julia, this is why we love you, right? This is why we love you. I pulled out something else from Max. Let's see what this is. I better take it off the screen first. Oh, I think I know what this is. More of the same bullshit. So this is so we have this is what I started talking about. Initial testimony documenting the killings committed by Israeli army in the Nusret camp today. You know what? It's a camp. It's because they think at one point they're going to kill all the Jews and they'll be able to move into Israel, right? That's what the refugee camp. The Euromed HR report noticed that the Israeli army used a ladder to the home of Dr. Abin al-Jamal. He was the home that Noah was being held in, right? Oh, yeah. What evil cunts we are. We're breaking into the kidnapper's house to get the people you kidnapped back. Oh, no. How inhuman, right? Yeah, and he is a doctor. The army immediately executed 36-year-old Fatima al-Jamal. Maybe she was firing a fucking gun at them. Did you think about that? I mean, like, why were they shooting if they didn't have to? Upon entering her, encountering her on a suitcase. The forces then stormed the house, executing husband, journalist Abdullah al-Jamal, 36. Yes, the person who had kidnapped somebody from a music festival because they're a Jew and held them in a house. And his father, Dr. Ahmed, 74, in front of their grandchildren. Well, listen, if you're going to bring your kids to work, this is what's going to happen, darling. Dami also shot daughter Zainab, 27, who sustained serious injuries. Maybe she was part of the heavy armed resistance. A journalist working for the US-based 501(c) organization, the Palestinian Chronicle, helping hold Israeli hostage in Gaza. Yeah, this is a gigantic story, says Sean McGuire. Don't know who are you, Sean McGuire? Let's see, you seem to be on the right side of history in this one. PhD in physics. Okay, quantum space, crypto security. Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, good for you. The person holding Noah in his home was an Al Jazeera journalist who was also Hamas's Ministry of Labor spokesperson. What's Hamas Ministry of Labor like? Like, down with the... Let's put the gays in the salt mines before we kill them. His father, also in the house, is a doctor. And all of this in the refugee camp. Dear Wes, you've been played. Do you hear that? Do you hear that, little Owen Jones? You hear that? You've been played, darling. You've been played, and you are just a schmuck. So that's what's going on, essentially. Let's get to the chat. Right, one second. Put some mic candy. Doink. I had fun with today's thumbnail. I have to tell you, I did have fun with today's thumbnail. Doink. Where am I? Share screen. Here we go. Well, of course, Doctor Who's always been like this. I mean, again, the level of gaslighting going on right now is just ridiculous, right? It is. I think we'll get to that first after the after the chat. The level of gaslighting is it's so ridiculous. And has anybody noticed they haven't what's it called again? They hadn't released the AAI figures, right? The audience appreciation figures. I think that's probably because they're very bad, is my guess. Very bad. Fine, with that, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to that. Oh, new starters here. I'm dreading next week because they may bring back Sutek. It doesn't matter. This isn't Doctor Who. I mean, look at this shit. Does this look like Doctor Who to you? And this is not a crazy, off-the-wall interpretation, right? I mean, the only thing crazy about it is it's got a heterosexual hot woman in it, which obviously wouldn't happen in real Doctor Who, right? I mean, yes, this is what Doctor Who is like. By the way, tomorrow is my first. I've cut down my stream from last night into just under an hour, and I thought this image was so much fun. I'm like, yeah, we got to have more than that. Yeah, this is just a normal family, a totally normal, wholesome family. This is just totally normal, wholesome Saturday night family viewing. I know. Why would anybody be uptight about it? Must be because they're bigots. Evil. I forgot to show this. This is funny. Hamas, Gaza Health Ministry confirmed 8 billion dead in Israeli hostages. Gaza Health Ministry, 8 billion killed by IDF hostages in battle, mostly children and puppies. Well, they had it coming. Yeah, look, who cares if they bring back Sutek, right? This is nothing to do with Doctor. This is a sequel series. This is, as we saw last night, it's in fanfic territory, right? And they had the Schalke Doctor in, essentially putting it in fanfic territory, right? So I don't really care. It's Russell D. Davies erotic LGBTQIA fanfic. That's exactly what it is. So who cares they bring him back, right? Who cares? Darren M is here. You're doing, Darren. Thank you for joining us. There we go. Colin there. Interesting that you chose, presumably, a clip from Songs of Praise. That is pure Sunday to me, baby. I grew up in England. What do you want at me? Because today they're filming for a show at a place I did a show yesterday. Well, very cool. Very. I like Songs of Praise, right? I liked. I mean, look, I'm not Christian, but I always kind of liked. What's his name? Who was it? It was in the thing. I can't remember the name of the actor or the presenter or whatever his name is. But I always liked he was very, very sincere. You could see the power that he pulled out from his Christianity, right? I like to see minute-by-minute figures if there was a measurable drop at the kiss. You almost certainly, right? Almost certainly. But they'll never release that data, right? Unless I'd love there to be a hack and a leak. That'd be awesome. But almost certainly, I think that's probably a big drop at the first near kiss in the TARDIS, right? And it really was a ridiculous near kiss. Look, I don't know what to tell you. 97% of the world is straight, right? That means most people are not into gay romances. Yes, I understand. You got all these brainwashed kids who go, well, what's the difference between having male or female? One is practiced by 97%. The other is practiced by 3%. And again, it's okay to have a fringe sexuality, but stop making fringe sexualities the norm, right? And this whole era of Doctor Who is queer. I'm not sorry. They say it quite openly. It's queer. Okay. That's the way you wanted to go. You wanted queer Doctor Who. We got queer Doctor Who. And it turns out queer Doctor Who is not Doctor Who. I mean, again, if you're paying attention. I think that the Normie last week saw Dot and Boom and I felt that was very Doctor Who-ish. I think this one, and I don't think the racist idiocy probably most people missed, right? I think this one, look, if the gay dance scene in Church and Ruby Road wiped out, look, what, 2 million from the viewers? I can't imagine this is going to do good for it, but we'll find out next week. But man, I would love it if the consolidated for the season finale is under 3. Wouldn't that be incredible? Oh, that would be hilarious and very justified, right? And then just wait to hear the gaslighting spin. Like, it's crazy. Rob is here. He says he never raised a voice. That was the worst thing. The gayness of the Time Lord. And then he discovered why. Why this Doctor who fought with gods and demons, why had sucked us off and hidden. Yes, and that was the riff from the Family of Blood, right? That's very funny. Because he was gay. I mean, I can see why they want to do a crossover with Star Trek. That would make a total sense nowadays. Well, so yes, I know Susan Twist. It's me, the stunning and brave lady. Oh, I keep on. Nah, I don't think so. It's 2K for me, says Problem Big. And he's really quite gay. I believe you are really quite gay, right? You're a good-looking man. That's always a giveaway. You're good-looking and well-groomed. Yeah, look, I think it was 2K for most people. Other than queer people who are mostly straight, weirdly enough, right? Weirdly enough. Where am I up to? Type 40, Gary's here. 2 Gary for me. Yeah. I can't imagine Friday Night Ties was kind to this, right? But the Vicar is here. I'm done with this show. So I regret introducing my daughter. Thank God my kids are all too old. And I don't have grandkids yet. Thank God. It's so gay, right? Dad is here. And said, this episode was indeed a Dan Buster. I survived the flood of ex-Twitter SJWs who tried to leave me all the usual things last night. I can't. It's because they can't be wrong. These weirdos, right? These weirdos. Oh God, how are they going to ruin Sutek? He's probably going to have my favorite non-Dalek villain. Oh yeah, and so now he's Sutek has a plan to put a butt plug up Doctor Who's ass, and I don't think Doctor Who is going to resist at all, right? I don't think. Dan says they destroyed the series prospects with Rogue. See, again, okay. Next time he's on, maybe if he's still here by the end of the chat, I'll invite him on. But like next, no, I've got too much to get to. Maybe I don't know. Anyway, no, I can't. I got too much to get to. Right. Next time he's on, I got to ask because here's the thing. For me, if you've got one obnoxious, awful thing in it, I can't like look away from that. I have to judge everything overall. So while like Dot and Boom, first 30 minutes very good, or I'll say the same thing about 73 yards. First 20 minutes, very good, right? I can't look at the bits that were good. I can, but I got to look at the whole thing in its totality. I guess the totality of this was just super duper gay, right? I guess it was. Well, to fine. It's with Paul Townsend here. Gay, oh gay. I'm gay. We're all gay, according to Rusty Davis and his fellow groomers. Yes, that's okay. There is a thing, like, again, with people like Rusty Davis, who just really believe that everybody's gay and they're the only ones brave enough to act on being gay. I really super duper duper don't want to be gay, right? Like I'm like my arsehole is a one direction street. I an outie only. My wife is mad that I haven't gone for a prostate exam. You know, I'm in my 50s. Like, yeah, no. She's like, but what if you have bowel cancer? And then I will die unsullied. May 2016, I guess, has gone on. You were absolutely right. If last week was bad week, this has to be a double whammy. A Slash and Toy Man came out. I forgot that this came out. And the return of Yasmin Finney, Doctor. Will your blood pressure survive it? I don't consider this Doctor Who, right? I don't consider this Doctor Who at all. So I'm like, whatever. My Doctor Who ended with Capaldi. Very clear, and you know, why do they keep referring back to the why is he the 15th Doctor and not the Doctor? Because it's a way of legitimizing him. If they're confident, he'll just be the Doctor, not the 15th Doctor, right? But it's not. He's the 15th Doctor, and that's why they have all the other. And again, you had all the other doctors and Ersatz doctors. You have the Schalke Doctor, whatever. I mean, honestly, they could have done something funny with it and had like the production team in wigs, like, you know, with Brain and Morbius, and they said, "Oh, we're just hooting about." That would have been better, right? That would have been better. Gorvidal said it's the American Mussolini. Who are we talking about? I guess that would be Biden, right? I'm getting Doctor Who ratings in Disney are terrible. They're always terrible, right? They're not releasing anything, but they have, except for anecdotes. Well, they said that that Star Wars show got 4.8 million views. Really? Did it really get 4.8 million views, or did it have 4.8 million people look at like the opening minute when it played on Disney Plus app? I think that's more likely, don't you? Right? And also, which episode? No, they don't say. If rumors believe episode 3 will kill Star Wars completely, well, not really. I think Last Jedi killed it completely. It's just a skin suit now, right? It's done. Yeah, apparently the rumor is for episode 3, lesbians make a baby with the Force, and that's where Anakin Skywalker comes from, right? Obviously. Always has to come from stunning and brave women. Fine. Matteo Conti is here. I'm just so bummed I'm giving up on Doctor Who officially. Look, again, I think there's a rich history of Doctor Who. There's a lot of other non-TV stuff going on. That's where I am, really, to enjoy Doctor Who. Or go to Dr. Alex's channel, right? Probably it was out at Davrosgate. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. Can't disagree with you there at all. Paul's having an argument on Facebook with a cunt who thinks hostages should be left as killing hundreds of innocent Gazans for 4 hostages just wasn't worth it. Well, then you should have taken the 4 fucking hostages, right? I honestly, but they'll be like, really? Why are you Jews being so mean? Oh, fucking hell. But I'm still pushing for Nigel Farage, right? He's your only hope. Go with Nigel Farage. Diving Dragon, Divining Dragon. You might be diving as well. Divining Dragon is here. How you doing, Divining Dragon? Thank you for joining us. Not knowing any of the details of the rescue and having the Iranian embassy and Entebbe standards, I would like to know how many non-combatant deaths were caused by the hostage taking. They're not going to tell you that. But let me give you a hint. All of them. Yeah, that's basically how it normally plays out. All of them. Children killed. Sorry, but if you raise your children, carry weapons and shoot at soldiers, any soldier in a combat situation has the right to shoot back at. And well, we know that, but BBC doesn't. Al Jazeera, Owen Jones' go-to source. It really is, isn't it? I mean, like, oh no, the evil Jews must be lying. Let's talk to the good, honest people from Hamas. Fine, whizzing through the chat. Who else we got? Paul Dozer, I've said hello to you. Hey, Miss Nick Boy's here. Gay or not, I'm never watching New Who again. 2 episodes. I mean, I hate it. I honestly, do I find this harder to watch than Jodie? It's about the same. I mean, like, Jodie was a bit easier in some ways because it was so insanely incompetent. It was more to make fun of. Yeah, so that was the strength of the Jodie. It was insanely incompetent. But this is just insanely gay. I mean, like, again, like, where is, like, I don't know, where are gay people oppressed in Western civilization? I don't see it at all, right? I mean, it's not the 70s. Nobody's had a problem with gay people. literally decades, right? And they're like, oh, I must protect the gay. This did the opposite. This caused homophobia, right? It won't be soon. It'll be the ultimate feminist Deus Ex Machina. It'll probably be a female siren, right? That's almost because they wouldn't do a male one. As for one of the fans pointed out that Disney apparently released figures for both episodes, which means that Doctor Who did better on its release. They released that. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. No, must have done, right? Must have done. But look, they put $180 million into what's it called again? The Acolyte. How'd you do that? Right? It's really badly directed as well. It's directed by Leslie Headland, right? Is there a classic Trek where Kirk and Spock are in bondage gear, or was that a fever? That's a fever dream. That's a fever dream. How good Suit is an actor? I've never seen him give a good performance once, and I'd like to see him play not gay, right? Like he can't play not gay. That's like he's literally a one-note actor, super duper duper bloody gay. I mean, that's all he's a one-note actor. Fine. Let's get into this episode so I can move on. Right? That's really what I want to know. I want to move on away from this. So I can talk about something fun. Oh well, let's look at the insane levels of gaslighting, right? Hang on a second. This was quite a good example. Where am I over here? Oh, this is it. Fire share screen. Share screen. Doink. So yes, this was put out by I'm sorry, by Mega Geek, Rebecca Gold. We all knew it was coming in a kids show. Good luck, everybody. It took me by surprise, right? But I think good reference. You know, the Traveler blowing up the sonic screwdriver. But where was this? I saw some really stupid comebacks. This one. No, this was it. The Doctor had kissed a man, and now all the bigots are up in arms. Yeah, I don't want adult sexuality in Doctor Who. Yeah, because I don't think it's appropriate for children to have adult sexuality in Doctor Who. Yeah, especially fringe adult sexuality, right? Not like it didn't happen in 2005 when there were when many of us were kids too. In 2005, I was, how old was I? 91, 2001. I was 34, right? And I had, I think I had 4 kids by then, right? But no, there was much better gaslighting going on. Where was it? A second. Let me find it because this was genuinely funny. Doink, no, not there. Where was it? It's in one of these replies somewhere. Where did it go? No, really? That's so bizarre. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. That's why I'm... Really? Oh, here it is. Fine. Share screen. Doink. So somebody, Swap Shop replies, what's the photo about? After this shot, the Doctor says, I feel that you've just killed an old friend. Yeah, but what am I looking at? Say, somebody being melodramatic about the Doctor kissing a man. Yes, no official. Yes, it's not a good thing, right? To use Doctor Who as a platform for queer ideology is not a good thing, right? Again, I have no problem with gay people existing. This is not something I could relax and watch my children at this point. It bring up, adult thing. And don't tell me it was a love story. It wasn't a love story. At no point do these characters want to go off and form a life together and love each other. They wanted to fucking have fun, right? That's all they wanted to do. They wanted to, this was not a positive example of sexuality. So the official said, yes, it's supposed to be symbolic or something, right? Yeah, no, it's I point out, I've made you see through that gaslight. Symbolic. Who is no official? Let's have a look. Fine. Wrong thing. Share screen. I'm surprised he doesn't have him in it. Useful government cog. Oh, so he works for the government, right? Notary public, lover of all things Star Trek and Doctor Who, writer, creator, history buffs. Him. Okay, opinions are your own. And yeah, look, you don't have kids, mate. I can tell you don't have kids. You're a kid. You've been swept away by an insane ideology that isn't real. Honestly, and you're like, it looks like you're finding validation, right, by being by globbing onto gay people who were. But it feels like that to me, right? It feels like that. It's not serious. Anyway, let's have a look at the ratings, and then we'll look at the story. So the ratings, as I said, were not terrible. I mean, they were. Let me rephrase that. Yeah, they were terrible, but they weren't. It was the second lowest rating of the season and the lowest rating season ever, right? And the last time they had a major drop of 360,000 was after Jinx Monsoon's episode. So, yeah, good luck with that. Then you had Boom, and the Boom looked like an episode of Doctor Who, so it went right back up again to 2.62, right? And then, but people were there for 73 yards, which I think most people found confusing and boring. Yet last week, Dot and Boom, for the first half hour, looked like a decent episode of TV before it went completely off the rails. And again, not having Shooty Gatwa in it was a big plus. Really, it helped it a lot. So only lost 0.1, right? Which is not bad at all. Next week, I anticipate. I mean, I don't know, because I'm imprinting my own I want to be validated, right? So I'm printing my own perception, on it. But I would like to see. I wouldn't be surprised if it dips down to 1.91, right? I mean, it could go. Oh, I would love it to lose more than that. Wouldn't it be great if it went down to 1.81, and then the consolidators will be about 1.4. That'll be 1.81, 2.81. It'll be 2.2, right? It'll be around the lowest rated ever, right? And then go even lower for the season finale, because no one cares. No one cares about all the plots you set up. Fine. So let's start going through the episode with a fine-tooth comb. Press the wrong button again. We'll go there. There we go. Doink. Oh. BBC, always a sign of woke shit. BBC, yeah. When we're not raping children, we're making woke shit and telling you you're bad people. So anyway, the episode, frustratingly, starts off very good. You know why it starts off very good? Because there's no Shooty Gatwa in it, right? Shooty Gatwa is, amongst the worst thing for this production. Why they all thought he was so good? I mean, what makes them think they're so good? I think it's because he sucked their dick, or they want him to suck his dick. I mean, I know he looks like a little fuck bunny, right? And I think that's probably why they like it. I don't know. Let's say I was producing Doctor Who, and I had insane, passionate, wild sex with Millie Gibson. I would probably rate her as one of the greatest bits of Doctor Who ever, right? If that was the case. If not, I don't know. Anyway, everything other than the central ethos and the story and the main and the star wasn't bad, right? So it starts off with Regency England. 1816, I think. Right? I can't remember. I don't think this is an era Doctor Who's been to before, right? I'm not sure. Anyway, so and again, this is very, very heavily influenced by Bridgerton. Now, here's what they could have done to make it really, really work, right? You got to have. I was saying this yesterday. You got to have Millie Gibson talking about how much she likes Bridgerton and she wants to go cosplay Bridgerton. And they could have had a cosplay conversation, which was supposed to be the central aspect of the story, but it was about Ncuti Gatwa being, into snogging Rogue, right? But they could have started off talking about, and so that's how they go to this Bridgerton party, and then you have the aliens there who are basically all doing the same thing. Right, and I think that would actually would have made quite a good, fun little story, but no. So anyway, it starts off. We got these two blokes having a very Bridgerton-esque conversation. The one with dark hair is the cad, in the one with blonde hair said, "You have ruined my sister, sir." Damn, blah 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 blah. Right, and he's like, it's a lot more fun being the villain than the bad guy. He says to the bad guy, this is the good guy. So it's much more fun being the villain. So he goes, and he basically, there's lightning, and he grabs this guy's body, right? And then he goes off to play that guy. Then we get the opening titles. Always very good, right? And I way too much money spent on it, but what can you do? And it's written by Kate Herron and Bryony Redman. I don't really blame them. In fact, I think it was quite a good working script, given the parameters they were given. So I don't blame them for this. This is Rossley Davis, right? So yeah. Oh yeah. Let's hope for good weather next week. That will certainly kill it, right? So it starts off, and everything's good in this scene apart from Ncuti Gatwa, the grinning mug. He's just not very good as Doctor Who, right? And you can see he's just too into dressing up, right? So yeah, you go, "Oh, my Bridgerton," right? And he says, "What she wants to know, how come she knows all these dances?" And he says, "Because she's got these earrings that are like putting the information into her head straight away." And said, "Just don't press battle mode." Good. That was all good writing. Good setup, right? Good writing, but goes pretty quickly thereafter. Grilling fucking moron. And he's just not very good, right? Here, let's have a quick look at him.
It's brilliant, isn't it? And the dances. Oh, look at the dances.
I hate this Doctor being so mundane, right? So small. And that's really how I feel. He's just small and mundane by being just so incredibly human, right? So then she meets India Vanarama, whatever her name is. And they take her off to do countessy things. They're going to, she wants to introduce her around. Oh yeah, so now Ncuti Gatwa goes, "Oh, I'll have a bit of him," and literally, first they have the scene where they meet this guy, who we know as an alien. Said, you should learn to be appreciated, my dear, and be quiet." And that she doesn't take take well to that at all, right? Does not take it well to that at all. And meanwhile, Ncuti spots a nice bit. Oh yeah, so then they spot season twist for the episode. Oh, who's that? That's the mother. Who gives a shit? This is so the opposite of Bad Wolf, right? Bad Wolf was like, "Well, what's that? That looks interesting. What's going on? Yeah, I'm up for all that." This is just, I don't care. What it's probably going to be, I don't know, some shit. None of this is really working for me, right? But okay, whatever. And they party chatter. Oh yeah, so that was this is the brother's jilted sister, and she goes running away. And you notice it's all very colorblind casting. Let's go back to the wide shot, right? It's all very colorblind casting. I was kind of on the fence about it. I intellectually was like, well, there's no look. We portray Jesus as being a blonde guy with, and he certainly wasn't, right? Probably, right? So theoretically, I was okay with it. Frankly, I don't think it's working, right? I think you should not do colorblind casting where the general knowledge is that wasn't what it looked like, right? I think it really breaks the authenticity of it, and mostly it's very narcissistic because it's not so black people can see themselves in TV shows. It's so rich white people can see themselves giving black people roles in TV shows and feel good about themselves, right? It's just pure narcissism, right? So anyway, he spots this guy Rogue up there. Oh, I'll have a bit of that. I mean, look at that. Yeah, I want to stick my tongue up your ass, and other things Doctor Who is apt to say, right? Fine. So then we have this scene which is just annoying, where he talks about oh, you're brooding on it. I'll play a second of it. It's just shit.
A bit more frown, maybe. Yeah, like this. Yeah, like this, really.
Like, if he wasn't a constant horny fuck bunny, he would be able to do the bits of levity better. But sadly, they decided to make him a constantly horny fuck bunny, right? So they are instantly. Rusty Davis says in Unleashed. I didn't listen to. I listened to it off and on, but it's just like a rom-com. They start. They're angry. They're enemies. Then they're then they join up, and there's all this sexual tension and. It's like, yeah, we know you want to fuck each other, right? And it just seems so small, right? Anyway, India Varama, whatever her name is, goes walking. She meets her housemaid, and her housemaid's like, "Oh, I should have picked one of the gentry. Being a housemaid sucks." What do you mean? And she's like, "Oh, I'm going to be you now, right?" And so she's also an alien, and she becomes her. Meanwhile, Ruby is following this woman who's talking to this bloke in a library, and he's being a general cad, right? And she knocks a book over, and they spot him. He storms out, and she's like, "Oh no, I'm ruined! I've been alone somebody's seen me be alone in a library with I don't know whatever his name is, right?" And she's like, "Oh, don't worry about it." Blah, blah, blah. So they go walking around. And again, this is very clearly, this is not a love story. I want to be clear. This is a sex story. It doesn't strike me that either of these people want to form a permanent, long-standing bond. They want to have fun and fuck each other a lot, right? Put a chick in it, make it gay, make it lame. So it's a great book. Well, that seems to be the Disney ethos, right? And I can look, seeing how awful the Acolyte is, I can see why Rusty Davis thought this wasn't going to crash and burn the way it's clearly going to. Right? But it is. And they go walking around, they find the husk of the woman, and he's like, "Oh, yes, I'm a bounty hunter, and I'm here to capture a shape-shifting alien," and he assumes him. Is he crying already? You little pussy cunt. Really, Shooty? Why always crying?
You didn't even flinch.
Right, so he worked out they worked out each other's from technology, space, time, whatever. And he says, "Yeah, you're obviously the shapeshifter. I'm tracking down. Come with me, right?" So they have a bit of a heart-to-heart, and she talks about marriage and how being married forever till death do you part, and they just play it as like, "Oh no, that's it. Sounds awful. Let's see what this is."
The gossip not offer me comfort.
Well, nah, you know what my mum says. If it's not your life, why are you telling it? She's annoyingly smart. Right. You know how I forget about a man? I go dancing.
It must be a little bit later. So Jonathan Groff's got the doctor, and again, this is such a shit doctor. Like he can't get away from this guy, and he's like, "Yeah, I just really want to fuck you." He has a big spaceship. In they go to it. Millie's dancing away. We know these two are aliens, and of course, yeah, they have a black butler. But again, I just don't. I want to be clear. Clear, says the rabbi. I super don't want to be queer. Okay, I have to tell you, I really like heterosexual sex. I'm like really super duper into heterosexual sex. Like a lot. Having said that, this is a very good looking guy. Oh, to probably leave. Oh man, because I went on the riff last night. Say, look, really, we gave you the Andric bondage fantasy, Turlo shorts. You need more, really? Oy vey. So yeah, they're doing their evil stuff. We're thinking about what their evil plan's going to be. Meanwhile, inside the spaceship's messy, and says, "Oh, you must have a partner, but he's gone now, right?" And he gets them to stand in the triangle thing, and he can't move, right? And he's going to be. This is a portal charging up, and as soon as it's charged up, it's going to drop him into the furnace, right? Which is okay. And he's like, no, really, I'm the right person, right? So then you got this really annoying bit where he keeps making the music play and doing this like sexy gyrating dance. Yeah. And he knows he plays Dungeons and Dragons. Where is it? Oh God, I hate this bit. I mean, I just hate this bit with every fiber of my being. And like, what is up with the groinal thrusting? I'm so like, it's already too sexual, and they haven't kissed yet, right? It's way too sexual. And now it's groinal thrusting and an annoying cunt of a doctor.
I'm just standing still, baby.
Okay, I could buy him as a meddling monk, maybe, right? But not this. So he basically tries to give me again more sexual tension. And look at this. They're nearly kissing here.
Says the man about to kill me.
Fine. So then he says, "No, you are a shape changer," and we get a bit of member bearers with David Tennant. That looks like the David Tennant 1, not 2, right? And he's like, and so eventually he convinces him not by, and then we have all the fanfic doctors, right? Geordie, and again, I'm legitimate. So yeah, we have apparently they went and shot footage of Richard D. Grant, especially for this. Really? Like, so this wasn't a random thing. Let's find a screen grab and put it in. This was like, no, we are Schalke Doctor, right? So again, I just think this removes it from being canon. And the reason why they got to have all the other doctors is to show this person who's not acting like the Doctor in any way, shape, or form is the Doctor.
Far more powerful.
Don't put Tom Baker's face in the same way, please. No.
Time. From the lost
of Capaldi or Eccleston.
The fallen planet of Gallifrey.
Or Matt Smith. Jodie, Dr. Ruthie can. Now, this new one that came up, somebody said, "Oh, this is Tennant 2?" I don't think so. I have no idea who this is. All right, it could be, I guess.
Bounty hunter, we have work to do.
Right, so now they're going to team up. Okay, and is this the thing about marriage, which doesn't really work well?
Kindly smile at dinner.
Right, so now she said, "Oh, maybe I'll just get a commoner. Give me a kindly smile at dinner."
And then a shared grave.
Right, so you mean till death?
What choice do I have?
Oh, so much more.
No, being married until death is a good thing. right? Till death do you part. It's a fantastic. If you can do it, it's great, man. You'll like it's a really wonderful thing. That denigrating it was is awful, right? Is awful. So then they find the body, and he goes into the TARDIS. Of course, he loves the TARDIS because,
it's not my first shed.
Oh my God!
Okay then. So then again, hate the TARDIS, and they're like, yeah, I got a cool cool space time machine, and they nearly kiss over here. Right here it is. Here. I'm like, this is really unnecessary, right? This is really, really completely unnecessary. And again, who doesn't like there being gay people in society? I don't know. Like I've never met anybody like that. I mean, like, again, and I'm like, Meshuggah from. I'm like Bible thumping Old Testament. Right? Who has I have no idea. I have no idea at all. It's like he hasn't seen Brokeback Mountain or anything for the last 20 years. Right? Or 30 years for that matter. So fine, now they're going to solve them. They're looking for the shape changer. And they're working out they need to like call some kind of scene, right? So they can be actors bait to it, right? So they're like, oh, let's cause the scene. Oh, yes. This queer Doctor Who's going to get queer.
Shall we?
Oh, God, I hate this. Again, what other Doctor could do this, right? Here's the thing. Writing good Doctor Who material means it could really be played by any Doctor. When they did, what's it called? The Ultimate Adventure, that stage show, it first had Colin Baker, and then it had... John Pertwee. Oh no, it's the other way around. It was John Pertwee first, then Colin Baker, right? It was they changed like one line of dialogue, but essentially the Doctor was the Doctor. Not now. Like there's what other Doctor is the cocksucking Doctor? Like I know there's like probably Russell Davies has fanfic about Ian Cheston sucking off the first Doctor, right? Or Jamie and the second Doctor. No, it was a bromance, baby. It was a bromance. I don't think, Sergeant Benton was, licking out John Pertwee's arsehole, right? I don't think, in Unit HQ, I just don't think that happened. Now, as it happened, there was quite a good, I think it was a River Song box set where she is suddenly trapped in the 1970s unit, and she becomes a scientific advisor. And there's a bit there where you have... you had a unit soldier who was gay or closeted gay, and the brigadier finds out. And the brigadier's like, "Very good, carry on, which is fine. That's fine, right? Making Doctor Who the main character queer completely changes the show, right? That's a massive rewrite of what Doctor Who is. At no point has Doctor Who been sexual, let alone queer? I mean, he was sexual once with Rose, and that, by and large, didn't work, right? But it wasn't, again, this is the difference between a love story and a sex story, right? With Rose, you had the entire Eccleston season where he essentially fell in love with her, right? It was because he was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, and she brought him out of himself, and she helped fix him and cure him. And when he regenerated, he essentially fell in love with her, right? And it was kind of somewhat of an unrequited love. This is unrequited love. This is unrequited sex. And it's... I think this is an absolute killer, right? I think this is an absolute killer. Darren M putting Dr. Alex in the chat. That, please, I beg of you. If you haven't listened to stuff, go and listen to season 12, episode 1. Right, it's real Doctor Who, right? And also the other thing I like it's a personal, unique vision of Doctor Who, which is actually pretty good. You miss the singing at the TARDIS door? Because I forgot about that. Oh, whatever. I don't think I can. I can't go back, okay? I can't go back. Doctor Who, 50 Shades of Blue. So then they do this dance, and it's like, well, you wouldn't be like, you'll be arrested for this in Regency England, right? But yeah, look, I mean, again, you can keep your you can have masturbatory fantasies about TV shows without actually having to see them. And it's not, you know, it's not like we haven't had lots of masturbation. Here, may I let me pull up a different video. It's not like we haven't had gay masturbatory fantasies before in Doctor Who, even in classic. I want to say, let me doink. Where is it? I believe this episode. Oh, it doesn't play on the browser. Really? What's up with that? Let's try one more time. That's really weird. Let's try this one. No, it won't take it. I was going to show you Adric trussed up in Castrovalva. You know, it does the trick for most people. Oh God, look at this! So much cringe. Yeah, it's just so much cringe, right? And oh yeah, so now he proposes. This is all to get the attention of the evil cosplaying aliens. It's certainly not to make masturbatory fantasies for Russell T Davies, right? And he gives him his ring, and he storms off, right? And they make a scene, and so yeah, you have more of these aliens turn up. They thought there was one, but there's a whole bunch, and they all one does look like a Muppet, right? And so now we have a whole family of aliens. And again, watch this compared to Family of Blood and Human Nature. Not really in the same ballpark. So fine, now we have a bit of running around as they not up and down corridors, I guess, but as they try to catch all the people. Bit of body positivity going on for that bird. When I say bird, the bird person, obviously. Like, what the fuck's up with this? Like, this bird looks stupid, right? This one looks like what's it? The American Eagle from Sesame Street, right? R.I.P. Doctor Who's trending. I'm not bloody surprised, right? I am not bloody surprised. Let's let me point out, the Regency was candlelit and was able to dim and create spotlights which could follow dancers. Well, you know, they were just that clever with their candles. Again, this is a really shit alien, right? So they're looking around. They want the Doctor. They want Millie. They want Ruby, I should say. And then you have a big reveal that she's really she's really a cosplaying alien as well. Which was weird because she was the she was the brother of the other guy. Fine, so again, quite a good kind of little cliffhanger here. Right, so when that happens, you know it's bad news.
I want to be you.
Right, so this is quite convincing that Ruby's brown bread at this point. You get the lightning effect, and you hear her screaming. Again, little bits of good writing through this queer mess, right? Merry Old Souls Gigglesmith says furries. I didn't notice, but yes, I guess you're right, right? I guess you're right. So then they decide it's the season finale, and they're gonna have a wedding, right? And then in walks Ruby, and they do this thing when they click the neck and they go click, right? Which bird was hot when she's in human form? Millie Gibbs is pretty hot, but she's a bird in human form now. So you think this is totally one of the avian monsters, right? And so, so then he's like, they killed Ruby, and I remember promising her mother that I would look after her. Oh, no, now we get a bit crying. Oh, fuck off. Like, why do they think this crying works? I don't know. Boo-hooing it? Oh, fuck off. Like, it's one thing to be, the first gay Doctor. Why do you have to be a pussy as well? Oh, God, I can't stand it. This doesn't strengthen him. This doesn't humanize him. This doesn't make him more. It makes it weaker, right? So essentially, they that one takes over the body of a priest, and they're going to do the wedding, and then in walks the Doctor and puts down this thing that's part of a trap that makes it so they can't move, and then he has them all trapped. Hang on.
For the desecration of Ruby Sunday, you deserve only this. Try for them all.
Trap. Right, so they're trapped and they can't move. Right. So he said, "Wait a minute, Doctor. I actually really am Ruby. Right? We met Space. It's like, what's going on? No, it is. So how do you survive? So this again." Good bit of writing, and I don't want to say everything's shit, because when they actually did write something well. So she went into battle mode on this.
Battle mode.
So this was good, right? This was actually a good bit. Then she turns up and said, "Look, she smashed me on my nose. Look what she did to me." And so then you have Jonathan Groff shows up and says, "Wait, you can't let her go. You have to let her fall." Oh yeah, that's the other stupid thing. The Doctor insisted that instead of dropping them into the furnace, now they got to be dropped into another dimension where nobody else is, so they can just starve to death slowly, I guess. It's just the way to go. Black masculinity is a threat to racist writers. That is so true. Right, that is so true, Matthew Pounder. 100% correct. So he's like, you gotta let them die. Like, they're gonna destroy the world. They're gonna kill everybody. You can't do it. It's like, yeah, Doctor, you gotta let me die, right? And so So he's like, so Jonathan Groff is convincing him to do it. He said, no, you must do it. And how does he distract him? How does he distract him to make it okay to kill Ruby Sunday? Oh, how do you expect? With a snog. No! Like, dude, I don't want to watch this with my kids. I know. Let's snog, baby. So stunning! So brave! So brave, so stunning! Oh! Gay men can be gay publicly at last. Oh, it's so beautiful. And what? Again, what fucking oppression are gay men under? Who has a problem with somebody being gay? Fucking weirdos. I just don't want to watch this, and I think a lot of people are going to be saying that. I would love to see how this hits the how this hits the ratings next week, right? And they're still snogging. Oh, so brave, so stunning, so brave. What now? Jonathan Groff has taken the detonator thingy. No, and this is really stupid, right? He then something off somehow, and now he's caught on there instead. What happened to the other alien, the one with the broken beak? I don't know. Who cares? Honestly, that's right. Who cares? And then so then again, this is not an unrequited love story. This is this is an unrequited sex story. Here, one second. But we'll have it gives the last line. Find me. So they get dropped into a random universe somewhere. And he's like, no, oh, I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Next day, I'm still a happy-go-lucky doctor, and he won't admit to his feelings. Ruby's tries to be nice with him, and that's basically it. God, I fucking hate this show. Oh God. And thank God it's over. Oh, but he's still got Jonathan Groff's ring, which of course I guess he'll use to find him next year. Man, so much of this seems like Doctor Who karaoke, right? And now we're into the big season finale. Oh, he puts on the ring to remember him by. Yeah, right. Yeah, and then we're at the we have a trailer for next week. Is this it? Oh, here it is. Yeah.
Everywhere I land, a woman appears.
In every dream, I'm there.
She doesn't know what.
People are saying this picture. Oh, I've got to pause it. There's an image of her, and it looks like it's based on Sutek.
Everywhere I land, a woman appears.
In every dream, I'm there.
Ow! Shit! I missed it again. Nearly had it that time. Oh, you're killing me. Hey, one second. Let me get a screen grab. That's probably an easier way to go. There you go. Doink. I mean, like, I don't know. There is zero possibility that I'm buying this on Blu-ray. I mean, like, zero. Less is there. Hey, let me see if I can grab that picture. I'm looking. 1 second. Now. I'm watching it on a video player because I got more control over it.
Everywhere I land, a woman appears.
In every
There you go. 5. Could this be suit? Could this be a siren? Quite possibly. Yeah, I'll grab the image. Doink, doink, doink. Doink. Again, but do I really care? No. No, I really genuinely do not, right? I genuinely do not. Yeah, now I got the image. Come back. Let me go over here. Desktop. There you go. What's it? Yeah, over here. Slides. Share screen. Now, there's a TARDIS Tales coming up with Ncuti Gatwa apparently in it. So for some reason, I don't know why, but some people are speculating it's going to be Pyramids of Mars. It just seems like they're taking a shit on Doctor Who, frankly. Could that be a Sutek or a Siren? Yeah, a much more boring version of it. I mean, you certainly don't want to show anybody with a disability. That would just be wrong. They're all evil, apparently, according to Russell Davis.
Everywhere I land, a woman appears.
In every dream, I'm there.
She doesn't know why.
I can see why he's scared of a woman appearing. No! Oh, look at it. Hang on.
Appears.
In every dream, I'm there.
She doesn't know why.
Yeah, shoot it with his mouth open. You don't see that every day.
She remembered them.
Doctor, there's something wrong.
Whatever it is, here it comes.
Yeah, what's it? Kate Lethbridge doesn't really do it for me either. I think there was another clip as well. Let's see if we go to BBC. Doctor Who. What's this? Maybe we should look at that as well. But there was a clip I saw yesterday. It must be on the official site, or is it? Where is it? Where is it? No, not there. Did I bookmark it? Maybe that would have been smart. I don't think I bookmarked it. I think that would have been way too smart. Oh, look at that! It's this is something from the Doctor Who podcast. And again, these people have clearly never seen Doctor Who before. Like they have no clue what it is. Weirdly enough, here, let's have a look at this. I mean, what I was looking at. Doink. Video as there we go. Podcast. There we go. Doink. Share screen. Hang on. Press the wrong button there. We'll try that again. Video file.
Oh, this is different. Where are they?
I love seeing the TARDIS fly.
Yes.
You know what? I liked it the first time I saw it, right? I'm not a fan of it anymore. I'm sick of it now. Right? Now it just seems like another very boring bog standard current day sci-fi show, right? Which is so tragic. Yeah, that's what they turned Doctor Who into. Right, a very standard, bog standard current day TV show. 1 second, we got this next clip we'll look at next. Doink. I have no idea who these people are on this podcast because why would I ever watch them? I think 2 of them are the writers.
Current. This is UK. That's Unit now, isn't it? Unit's got a big building.
It's Unit now, isn't it? Unit's got a big building. Hey, this is what we expect from the official Doctor Who podcast.
Calls everyone. Positions.
Donna's daughter.
Yeah.
Donna's daughter or something. I don't know. Yeah. Say that again.
Yeah, daughter.
Yes.
Donna's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, daughter.
Yeah, Rose.
I mean, really, there's a reason you're confused, darling. Right? There's a reason you're confused.
Vector 1.
What in the Iron Man's going on here?
It was just. It's very Sarah Jane Adventures.
And why are they going in there?
And why can't the TARDIS just fucking appear?
He knows how to make an entrance.
And I hate this him, right? I hate they salute him. I really liked it that he was like a not in charge. He was like he was railing against the authority of the Brigadier in the Third Doctor's era, right? And that was really good.
Doctor on the bridge. Give me the loving!
You're mentally ill, I see. Never mind. It's okay. You're in 2024. We encourage mental illness. Okay. So are these the 2 people who wrote it? Let's see. I think that's the next clip. If not, I mean, why are we going to listen to them doing?
Eerie, what Susan Twist?
I have a few. I've got a few ideas.
I couldn't care less. I thought these are the writers. I don't care in any way, shape, or form. I mean, on such a genuine level, I do not care. Right? Couldn't give 2 shits, darling. Could not give 2 shits. Let's talk about William Russell, right? Let's talk about. Shall we? We'll do a William Russell ranking. Let me just close some windows so I can see what's going on here. Doink, 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 doink. Fine, and we'll do Doctor Who episode guide. So this should be quite an easy one to do a ranking of William Russell stories, because there aren't that many. First Doctor. Fine. Let's pull up a text pad. New. There we go. Fine. Share screen. Share screen. Ranking William Russell. Unearthly Child. Well, I mean, we're going to start with that at number one because, you know, it's the first one. That seems a reasonable place to start. Daleks, obviously. I mean, I don't think Child is a solid story, right? It is a solid, good story. Not for nothing. A lot of it because of William Russell, who was just excellent in it, right? Daleks is better, though. Come on, Daleks is better. Daleks. My legs. I can't walk. And I mean the real Daleks, not the colorized, cut down version. Edge of Destruction. Yeah, that goes over here. Edge of Destruction. Now, Marco Polo or the Daleks, which is better? I got to give it to the Daleks because it had much more of a cultural, cultural placement. Marco Polo, right? Then Keys of Marinus. Keys of Marinus or the Daleks? Whoa! That's a hard one, isn't it? I'm going to say Keys of Marinus is below Marco Polo. But above Unearthly Child? I don't know. No. Keys of Marinus. Keys of Marinus. But the Aztecs, I'm going to say equal. I love the Aztecs. That's just a beautiful story. I'm going to say that's equal to Marco Polo. I mean, these are just beautiful, beautiful stories. Sensorites. There you go. Okay, Sensorites is the most boring story I can think of in the first season. Right, Sensorites. Reign of Terror, much better. I'm going to say probably around here. Reign of Terror. Yeah. Fine. Let's have and then we go Planet of the Giants. That's another weird one. I'm going to put that over here. Planet of the Giants. And then Dalek Invasion. He's done. Then he's gone after Dalek. No, it's the chase they leave on. Dalek Invasion of Earth is better than Daleks. In my humble opinion. Look, it's got Mr. Rumbold in it. How can it get any better than that? Oh, I love the Rescue and the Romans. They kind of go together in my head because I bought the box set, on VHS. That was a great little box set, wasn't it? Was it the Rescue? Was that one? I can't remember. Was it DVD? The Romans is so much fun. Okay. Well, what do I? I'm going to start Marco. What's better, Marco Polo or the Romans? I'm going to say for an in story, I'm going to say put the Romans over here. Romans, and where are we going to put the Rescue? I think about over here. Reign of Terror, equal with Reign of Terror. Fine, and then Web Planet. Oh, I feel bad giving it a bad rate, not rating it highly because I like the the vision, right? I'm gonna say. Wait a minute. I've been doing this wrong. I should be ranking them as in stories. Let me rank them as stories first, and I'll rearrange them as for in stories. Okay, let's do that first. So rank them as stories first. Web Planet. Yeah, look, production values, I'm afraid we're going to put it above Edge of Destruction. The Web Planet. Crusade, one of my all-time favorites. I love the Crusade. I'm going to put over here the Crusade. Again, another excellent one for in. And then the Chase, this final story. That's pretty good. I mean, again, all these are excellent. It's really hard. I don't know. I really like the comic booky nature of the Chase as well. You have two very different types of Doctor Who going on. You got the educational, like talk drama, and you got like the comic booky, the Chase. They're very. I'm going to put this here. The Chase. Fine. That's them ranked in story order. Now, let's rank them as in stories, right? So, yeah, this changes a lot, right? I think Daleks is better the Dalek invasion of Earth as for an in story. The Crusade is better than the Daleks, and the Romans, I would say, over there, right? But I think Crusade is one of his best stories. So the Chase, that's about right. Marco Polo's up as well. Okay, so we now say Ian does, but that's an in story. I mean, yeah, that had a good in story going on to it. It's where are we going to put that? I think maybe up here. Yeah. Or maybe Marco Polo. No. These are all about the same, those top three, right? Aztecs about right. Unearthly Child is an in story. Freaking excellent, right? Oh my God. Freaking excellent. Yeah, it's about right. Reign of Terror. Also good in story, but I'm going to move that up a little bit. But right there. Reign of Terror. Rescues in about the right place. Keys and Mariners. I mean, yeah, that goes up a fair bit as well. Web Planet. We can keep that there. Edge of Destruction. Again, yeah, that's much more of a Susan story, I would say. Planet of the Giants. That goes up a little bit. Okay. Ranking William Russell. I think that's a fair rank. I mean, again, he was such a great, solid presence. What we were. Don't tell Judy Gatwa. He was like, I wouldn't mind getting a bit of that solid presence going for me, darling. That sounds good. Fine. Let's also now let's look over here, and we'll look at William Russell in audio. Right. I'll give you a guide of William Russell through audio. William Russell. No, I'm actually spelling it wrong. Is it William Russell? William. Try that again. There you go. So we'll do sort by orders first. He was in this. He was in the game. I don't remember him being in that. Really? Well, yeah, he was. But again, this was one of an early. This was from 2005, so they had he wasn't playing in. So let's do William Russell playing in. Oh yeah, this is a great one. This one, the first one, Transit of Venus. Who wrote? Jacqueline Rayner. Yes, and did she nail it? Right, it is beautiful. This is a beautiful, I would say, season 1 story. And it really nails the characters of Ian and Barbara. 254, bargain, right? Absolute bargain. Really good. Angel Scuati, that's where you're playing a different character. What short trip did he narrate? Read by William Russell. I mean, look, his narrations are always good, right? He did a great narration book on tape of the Daleks, I think. Doctor in an exciting adventure with the Daleks, which he was excellent in, right? He was absolutely excellent in. Also the Crusades as well. I mean, again, like he just was a good, solid, jobbing actor. Man, it's so sad he's gone. Right, it really is. So this is the first Doctor Lost Stories box set. And they didn't have what's the name? In the second one, I think they had the story that I was always interested in, the one that was going on instead of the Daleks. So you got 2 stories here: the Fragile Yellow Arc of Fragrance, which is beautiful, right? I think it's rewritten, adapted by Nigel Robinson. Fragrance of the Paradise World, Utopia for Travel. I mean, it really is. It's mesmerizing, right? And also him doing the first Doctor was really nailed it. But Farewell, Great Macedon. That's Alexander the Great, in Cheston with Alexander the Great. Beautiful, right? Short Trips, all solid. And then, so this is actually a first part of a trilogy, I believe, with the Rocket Men. right? And I think they brought the Rocket Men back. But again, it's a really good action story for it, and it fits very nicely in season 2, right? And it's his performance really that pulls it all together, because he's just got that voice, that perfect Incheston voice. Well, obviously that sells everything, right? He can basically make anything listenable. So then five companions. This is a companion story to the Five Doctors. It's really quite good, and you've got you've got a bunch of companions that are scooped up by a time scoop, but they're in like a holding station where they're not being used, right? And I thought, it's like a different, and a Fifth Doctor's in it, but it's like a different board game to the game of Rassilon, right? It's like another piece off the board, right, as it were. Can you even buy this one? Because it's really good. Man, you can't buy that. That kind of sucks. The Wanderer was okay. I mean, this wasn't as strong as the other ones, but again, it was a very solid story, but it wasn't as engaging. These are the Companion Chronicles, which is basically a book on tape. It's the least of them so far, right? Then the Revenants didn't really work for me at all. They put it out, I think, because they hadn't put something out in this range for quite some time, and you still can't get this. It's really weird. It came with this came with Doctor Who magazine. I remember this one, right? This was the James Goss, the Time Museum. Well, let's see what the blurb says. Ian finds himself in a shrine to his own past. Yes! This was really good, right? On the run with a man named Pendolin, from Coal Hill School to Jobbis Station, from Totter's Yard to the Crusades. In history as unfolded. Yeah, this is a beautiful story. Man, 1070. This is way too expensive. 254. Yeah, 1070. No, really. How many discs is this for one day? Are you taking the piss? And it kills me because you overprice it, so nobody's ever going to listen to it. Right? It's a real shame. Master of Luxor. That's the one. So this is a story that the Daleks replaced, and thank God they replaced it. This is so very much bog standard sci-fi. It really is. Library of Alexander, though, another excellent historical, really, really, really worked. An interesting story. I mean, $6.35. That sounds better. What was the other one? $10. I don't understand. Right? I don't understand. But yeah, no. This is again a lovely little story. Dark Planet was also one of the last stories. Again, this was very proto Doctor Who. This was before Doctor Who came around, essentially. And it was, so this is much more on the, imagine British Lost in Space. That's the kind of vibe you get for that. $20. Bloody hell. Light the End, excellent. The 50th anniversary story they did, excellent. It's got a bunch of people in it. Sleeping City, that's more of a sort of weird, creepy one. Which again, 1070 again. This is too expensive, but it's again, it's solid story, and again, it's really helped by William Russell's narration, which is generally speaking always excellent, right? So then they started doing they stopped because they ran out of missing stories to do, lost stories. So now they just started making up their own. This was the only one that really struck me in this range that was excellent. The Domain of the Void, right? It was a very good sequel to the Void. Andrew Smith, very, very solid writer, right? This got this is what it's got Carol Ann Ford and William Russell in it, and it feels like a full story, right? I can't really say this about the Doctor's Tale or the Age of Endurance. They're like, it's okay. But you could, what year was this from? Yeah, look, you can tell it's 2016, right? Because all of a sudden you got a Stunning and Brave Woman at the front. You could really tell what's creeping in. What else is there? The Fifth Traveler is meh. Susan's War is excellent, right? Man, that's the last thing he did. That's such a shame, right? That is such a shame. Here, let's go to Audible. I'm sure he's got some stuff on Audible. Audible. Yep. Let me try. Oh, there you go. Let me try spelling it correctly. That was helpful. Come on. There you go. William Russell. So let's not go for the Edge of Destruction. Well, I haven't heard that. That's just coming out now, I think, isn't it? And he's just one of the readers of it. Yeah, they have all these collections, not the individual stories. And what? This is another version of Edge of Destruction? Okay. Why this one's excellent. Okay, Doctor and the Daleks. Known by William Russell, 5 hours, 24 minutes. Yes. Yeah. This again. You put one of these things on and you just instantly plug in, like to to these older thrills. What's in the classic collection? 5 classic stories. Well, give me a hint. Okay, so you got the Aztecs. They don't say who's reading it. Crusades. I'm pretty sure that's read by William Russell. And look, what can I say? It's really sad news. Basically, generally speaking, it's really genuinely very, very, very sad news. He's passed away. Look, he was 99 years old. I think it's the definition of a life well led, right? A life well led. So I'm going to give you a recommendation of what to pick here if you're hankering some William Russell action. Firstly, I will start off with the Transit Venus. Firstly, it's the cheapest one, so that's a good one. And then I think this First Doctor box set is also excellent value. I like the Rocket Men, but I can't say spend $10 on it, right? I'm sorry. All these things should be $2.50, right? They shouldn't be more than that. I like the Companion Chronicle ones, like $30.99. They're having a laugh, right? I do like they have an older Ian in this one. I mean, that's beautiful. But again, $40? No, thank you. No, that's a that's what we call a bad idea, right? A bad idea. Let's have a look at any new Doctor Who stories came out. Doctor Who. I guess we're not talking about the Acolyte tonight. So my plan, by the way, I'm off tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday. I'm probably at about 8 o'clock, 7:45, 8 o'clock, doing kind of like a chill stream on Wednesday. Because for me, a Jewish holiday finishes. I might go a bit early because I don't have to watch an episode of Doctor Who. Maybe like about 7 o'clock, right? At 7 o'clock, I'll be on. Tools. No, I don't want the advanced. No, wrong one. Don't go back. Date. Brightbot. Doctor Ayres lead character's first gay kiss after Borg Iger Valsa toned down wokeness. Yeah, but in his mind, that's not being woke. That's just being normal, right? Let's have a look at Jonathan Groff talk about it. Radio Times. Talai Miller breaks down her most iconic role from Blind Manor to Doctor Who. Who was she in Doctor? Oh yeah, she played somebody regenerated. Louis Griffin, Doctor Who not shying away from gay kiss shouldn't be underestimated. I understand you're not underestimating. Yeah, you shouldn't be underestimating how much this is going to, I think, hurt Doctor Who. Frankly, I really do. They did Doctor Who dedicate episode. Were they dedicated to this episode? No, please tell me they didn't. The latest episode of Doctor Who has been dedicated to William Ross, died in 1989. Rogue, what a disgrace! I feel bad for William Russell. I feel genuinely bad for William Russell. They dedicated. Oh God, William, mate, I'm sorry. These kids. Hope we see him again. I hope we don't. Returning class meet Major Susan Twist character in the new look finale. Don't care. Overnight. Oh, let's see how they span the ratings. The views are down ever so slightly from last week. What? They're down from like the lowest ever to the second. The slightly more lower, right? Yeah, I can't wait to see how they're going to report it next week. Susan Twist, Acolyte, more sci-fi news. Specifically, Star Trek and Lethal Weapon star Alan Scarf dies, age 70. Who cares? I mean, like, I'm sure people care. Doctor Who's Willy Wonka references a big moment for Judy Gatworth. Here's why. I can't. Okay, I guess when I come back on Wednesday night, I'll be reading through different levels of the sound. I just can't do it, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to make my my brain melt. It really will make my brain melt. Sean Cryer is here. Sean Cryer says, what were people like Davis and Moffat fans of? It certainly wasn't the show. I loved it. I've been watching since 65. I've seen what I see now is unrecognized and not worth watching. I agree completely. Right? Merry Old Soul Gigglesmith says, your opinion on Susan wasn't the doctor's granddaughter, but was his wife? What? But she regenerated, and that's why he left her behind. It was all too heartbreaking. I mean, that's a nice bit of fan fiction. Don't get me wrong; it's a nice bit of fan fiction, but it's I always preferred her as a granddaughter. I think that's kind of important to the relationship. XFM is here. Rogue was awful. He says yes, it's true. Gay up to 11. Story writing below minus 11. I think it's kind of fair, don't you? TARDIS Time says F that. Can't argue with you, TARDIS Time. Head and shoulders above his entire generation. Leave on it, Rabbi. The clip you show in your intro of the X-Goon show. Oh, Harry Seacombe, yeah. And the show was IT version of something called Highway. That's it, Highway. That was it. Thank you. Well done. Next week, Space Dwarves. Dr. Gormless. Fly Highlanders here. Well, a lot of people are pointing out that that her name in the show will be Susan Triad, and units using Triad technology, Sutek. Oh, okay. Yeah, who cares? Fine. Anybody else I missed it? Dr. Alex is here. Yeah, you suffered along with us, baby. It was grim. It was bad. It was nasty. I would say stay away, stay clear, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, that, ladies and gentlemen, I ain't going to wrap up. I'm cream crackered. It's just gone 9 o'clock, way past my bedtime for me. So I hit the end broadcast, but I'm going to hit it again. Say good night, good luck, and may